You might, if you were listening at the start of the show, you will have heard me send out a plea, in some sense, a little plea to try and get the fabulous, hugely intelligent comedian Alex Horne on the line, because there's some stories in the paper today that I think will mean a lot to him. He is currently involved in possibly one of the biggest challenges of his life. He's doing well. He's doing well with it. But, you know, there are stories that I think will make him happy today.
Yeah.
Stories that might make him a little sad. But stories that ultimately I think will inspire him. I'm not sure he knows exactly what these stories are yet. It is only 7:53 in the morning. But let's cross live now to Alex Horne himself. Alex, are you there?
Good morning, Danny. I'm here. I'm still alive.
Excellent work, Alex. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, and I haven't really given too much of this away, what is this challenge that you're currently involved in?
It's a world record attempt, Danny. It's an official world record attempt. I'm currently trying to become the oldest man in the world.
Yes, you're trying to become the oldest man in the world.
Yeah, not person. I thought I'd nail the oldest man first and then move on to oldest person.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Totally, yeah, do it one at a time. And how's it going so far? How old are you now?
About 31 years, 8 months and 4 days. So I'm about 3 billionth in the world. But I was last. At one point, I was last. I'm moving up. I'm going in the right direction.
That is true. There are a lot of people slightly ahead of you. I mean, I'm winning at the minute. I've just realised.
Yeah, you're a competitor, but yeah, there are many competitors. Yeah.
This isn't going to happen for you overnight. You realise that?
Unless there's some awful event. Which kills everyone but me. And anyone younger than me, yeah.
But then it's going to... no, exactly. Well, you know, so long as it keeps the people below you, so at least there's someone to turn up to the opening ceremony of your Guinness World Book of Records thing. So have you approached the Guinness with this, or...
Yes, the trouble is they'd have to have an official with me at all times. And if that person's older than me, then I'll be competing against him. So it is...
It's taunting you.
Time-consuming record attempt.
Well,
what they're considering is whether or not the actual attempt is the longest attempt ever.
That's very nice. But the thing is, Alex, there were a couple of stories that really reminded me of your challenge this morning, and things I think that will appeal to you. Have you looked at the papers yet? Have you managed to have a look around?
No. To live a long time, you have to sleep 10 hours a night.
Oh wow! Okay, so you're nailing that.
It increases longevity, so I can't get up before 7:30.
Okay, good. Well, you know, whenever there's a story about, say, the world's oldest person or Britain's oldest man or Britain's oldest lady, and they always, they're like 114 or something, and it's always beaten, and it's slightly annoyingly by, say, an old fellow in Japan, say, he'll go, he's 131 and all this kind of stuff. Well, this is something that will make you happy. The world's oldest man, right? So, as we say, he's like this one in particular, his name is Sogen Kato. And officials have been trying to get in touch with Mr. Kato for quite some time. They wanted to update their list of centenarians, right, before a Respect for the Elderly Day that was coming up. And welfare officers, Alex, they tried to get in touch with him. They turned up at the house. It says here that the family repeatedly chased them away, right? Not just didn't let them in the house or make up an excuse. Chased them away. Repeatedly. Turns out, Alex, that this world's oldest man, who was well over 100, actually died 30 years ago. He's been faking it all this time. They went in, and there was essentially he was still in bed. He was dressed in underwear and pajamas, but he has essentially been mummified for 30 years. So what I'm telling you is, your greatest rival was a cheat.
This is wonderful news. No, thank you for waking me with this news. This is a huge relief, because so the world's oldest person only back down to 113 now.
Yeah, exactly. It's back down, so the odds are getting higher. But not only that, Alex, I don't know whether this is good news or bad news, but Richard has found out a fact for you. It was on the internet today.
Yes, there's this wonderful website, TED.com, which has lots of lectures, and there's a chap on there who reckons... Yeah, it's wonderful. Have you seen a lecture? This chap reckons that the first...
Aubrey de Vere?
I don't know, I can't remember his name. He's got a beard.
He's got long hair and a long beard?
Yes, and he reckons that the first person to reach 1,000 years old is alive today.
Yes. No, I've had sort of contact with this scientist, and he's a gerontologist, I think. He studies old age, and lots of people agree with it. And the evidence is sort of with him. It seems unlikely, but 100 years ago there were only 100 people who were 100 years old in this country, and now there are 10,000.
Oh, blimey!
The numbers are with us, with him. So 1,000. I mean, I was hoping to get the record at about 115 and then play golf.
You got a long wait. You got a long wait, my friend.
That's 900 years of golf.
If you just make it to 990, you're going to be so annoyed. But what if, this could be some kind of prophecy, Alex? This guy sounds like some kind of prophet with his big long beard and his amazing stories. What if he's talking about you?
Well, I mean, Methuselah was 969. He's the oldest person ever, according to the Bible.
Right.
And so he's saying it does sound a sort of, a biblical prophecy.
Well, it does seem a bit of a coincidence that you launched this challenge to yourself, this world record attempt. This guy says, essentially, I think is hinting at your existence and the fact that you're going to do this. And on the day we talk about it, the world's oldest man is revealed as a cheat.
I mean, I'm brimming with confidence. Which I haven't done for a little while. So.
What are you going to do today to ensure your longevity?
Well, I mean, I actually have, I don't want to sort of plug to, but I actually have a sponsor. I got a sponsor for this world record attempt, which is great. I'm like a proper athlete.
That's great. A smoothie maker.
Yeah,
we all know which one.
I get loads of stuff, so I eat some vegetables, which I normally wouldn't do, so that's keeping me going. And then it's sort of mild exercise. But there was a blog recently by Darren Brown who said that sitting down is bad for you, or he found a scientist who said that sitting down is bad for you, and people who don't sit down so much live longer. So I'm just on my feet at the moment. I'm trying that approach.
So you're sleeping 10 hours a day and just walking around constantly?
Mainly standing, not even walking, because walking can be bad for your back. I mean, there are very few things that aren't bad for you at some point.
Is that right?
So I'm at the moment just standing in a sort of not a phone booth, but that size of a room.
Alex, you must be a paranoid wreck at the moment with this. And if the worst happens, and let's all pray that it absolutely doesn't, you've got a great headstone waiting for you. Just kind of died attempting to be the world's oldest man.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I die at like 40, I want that to be acknowledged at the funeral. That's a pretty disappointing effort.
Alex, it will not happen. Thank you so much for joining us at such short notice, and best of luck.
Thank you, me.
I will. Best of luck with becoming the world's oldest man. Alex Horne, everyone. Thank you very much. And at 8 o'clock, exactly, let's get